Hi there. I wanted to jump on a video today to tell you about a product that I've been using the last few weeks that has made a really big difference in how I'm feeling day to day. You guys all know that I'm a fitness instructor. Most of you know that I have fibromyalgia and irritable bowel syndrome, and those three things coupled together mean that I am dealing with a lot of body, muscle, joint pain, digestive issues, and everything else that comes along with being super active. So when I was contacted a few weeks ago by the creators of FootFixx, I really wanted to give it a try. So FootFixx is a set of different balls that comes in this little mesh bag here. It also comes with a user guide. So I got this, I think it was mid-March, so I've had it for a little while. So these three balls are used for myofascial release. If you think about a person, like if you think about Gumby, and he's standing upright, and you take his leg on one side and you squeeze it, it's going to make the rest of them tilt over. And that's sort of what happens in our bodies when we get a bunch of fascia bundled together and really tight. And that's why people use foam rollers and different types of trigger point release techniques. So that is what these are for. They are for myofascial release, and they're to help relieve tension in different trigger points. Within that user guide, it gives you a description of the three different balls. So this red ball is great for thorough all-over massage of your feet. The gray ball, this one is super spiny. The spines are a bit more defined and easier to get more direct pressure into areas of the feet and body for trigger point access. And this third one, this black ball, is the smallest and it's smooth, but it's really hard. And it is for accessing and pinpointing tight muscles and areas that are very specific and harder to access. It's also very effective for applying deep tissue pressure to knots and backs, glutes, and shoulders. So this is marketed originally as for your feet, but it also is for everywhere else in your body. So I'm no stranger when it comes to fascia release, and it is the most important things I do. However, I have been pretty lax about it the last few months, or maybe a little bit longer. So when this came, I knew that it was time to get back to it. I'd actually been having pain in one of my feet during and after teaching Zumba for probably a month, and I wasn't sure if I had a pressure fracture or if it was angry fascia. So I was interested to see if these balls would help, and you know what, after just a couple days they really did. Another thing that I want to mention is how great these are for reflexology. Now, over a decade ago, I took a class on reflexology. I'm not a reflexologist, but I did take like a 20 or 30 hour college course on reflexology. And without getting into too much detail, this user guide does come with a couple diagrams. This is of your hands, but I'm going to show you the foot one. All of your body parts have corresponding nerve endings within your feet. So I'll just bring that up a little bit closer. So hopefully you can see all of the different areas that correspond to different body parts within your feet. And what's interesting is they kind of correlate to where you find them on your body. So your lower body is all going to be found in the lower part of your foot, and your upper body is at the top. Your spine is on the inside of either foot, your stomach, intestines. So it's as you go up and down your foot, you're going up and down your body. Now when I first started, I found that my feet were really sore, especially along the areas that correlate with my spine and my stomach and intestines. And like I said earlier, I have IBS. So I was like, that makes total sense. I've been having problems with my back and with my digestive for the last few weeks. So it makes total sense that when I reflex those areas that correlate with those spots on my foot, then I would have some pain. And honestly, the first few times I almost cried because it was so painful. And I've been doing this almost daily for about 2 weeks now, and the amount of sore spots has decreased immensely. But the stomach area especially is still really sensitive. So I know it's going to take me a little bit longer to work those out. I'm going to tell you the way I use the balls. It's not necessarily the way that they tell you or the way that will work best for you, but for me, I like to start with the small black one, and I just go all over my foot, and anywhere that's really sore, I stay there and take a few extra breaths, and then I go to the other foot. Sometimes I'll go back and forth a couple times, and then I'll move on to the red ball, which is still a little bit squishy, not a lot, but there's a little bit of give to it, and it has the smaller nubs. And then I do the same thing. I go around very slowly and work my way around both feet, and this one too, I usually go back and forth and do each foot 2 times with the red ball before I move on to the final one, which is the gray super spiky ball. And this one really does help you pinpoint. So by the time you've got to this one, you've already been going over your feet for a few minutes, so you know where the super sore spots are, and this really helps you get those trigger points and help to start work out some of that soreness. For me personally, I've found it been really helpful, especially for those areas that I didn't even realize were sore. I knew that that one spot where I thought I might have a pressure fracture was sore, but I did not know that my stomach area, the corresponding stomach area, was so sore on my feet. So it's been really helpful and eye-opening to see what's going on in my body elsewhere as well as on my feet. Reflexology aside, these balls are just fantastic for making your feet feel rejuvenated and energized. They're great for anyone who has plantar fasciitis. They're great for hitting those trigger points. Even if you're not into reflexology, you're still going to be able to find some sore spots on your feet that you're going to want to work out, and whether you believe that corresponds to somewhere else in your body or not, if your feet are sore, you want to get over that soreness. So these work really, really well. My fibromyalgia, on the nights that I use these after my last class, I sleep better. I have less pain. I usually have a lot of pain through my arms and my legs at night, and I find that I have less of that on the nights that I use those. Like, I forgot to use them last night and I did not have a good night's sleep. And like I mentioned earlier, they're not just for your feet. You can use these elsewhere. I like to use this red one on my upper back. I'll lay down and then sometimes put my head on a pillow or a yoga block, depending on where I'm putting it, and just put this wherever I have some tension. And you can start with a smaller, work your way up, or just go with the bigger one, and you can use them for your glutes. So to do that, you would take one of the balls and you would sit right on it, and you can pretend that you're putting it right where the back pocket would be in your pants. You can just sort of sit on it, and if you want, you can recline back and go into like a reclining pigeon. All in all, I am really enjoying the FootFixx from FlexFixx. It's almost a tongue twister. So if you would like to check out FootFixx, they are on Amazon. I've linked the listings on Amazon.com and Amazon.ca below. And they have offered to give you guys a 15% discount off of your order by using the coupon code SUZIBLOG. That's SUZIBLOG. And that coupon code is good until mid-May. So if you have sore and tired feet, I would definitely suggest picking this up. But remember, you can use it all over your body and it'll really help. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.